Dr. A.J. Austin is an accomplished grant coach and grant guide. She's also an awardee herself. And listen, she is an advisor, renowned for securing over $1 million in grants and grant funded opportunities from esteemed organizations that you've heard and seen, such as Bank of America, Regions Bank, Chase Bank, Target, FedEx, and Visa. And guess what? She's here today to share the secrets to winning small business grants. You're live here on the Sharvette Mitchell radio show. We're super excited to have you. Listen, we're going to get into it here on episode 764 right after this quick intro. Don't you move.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell radio show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell radio show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard and seen all across the World Wide Web. And listen, you know, the goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And I know we're going to do just that today, because like somebody say, show me the money, right? Show me the money. Listen, before we get excited and get ahead of ourselves, we want to remind you that this segment is being brought to you by my 9th in-person event called the Platform Builders Summit that's happening right here in Richmond, Virginia, November 7th, which is a Friday, November 8th, which is a Saturday, 2025. Listen, jump over to platformbuildersummit.com. Platformbuildersummit.com is where you can register. And you might say, who is this for? Well, it is open to women entrepreneurs and women. Men, we got to catch you at another time. And listen, 3 things. If you're looking to position your expertise better, you're looking to get more visible, make more money, your butt should be in a seat. So grab a ticket for the Platform Builder Summit, the VIP experience. And that's over at platformbuildersummit.com. If you are listening to the podcast, look down below in the show notes there. So today's episode, again, episode 764, is going to be jumping here. Our guest is in the virtual green room, ready to come up to the mic. We are going to be talking about the secrets to winning small business grants. Yes. That's what we're talking about. Hey, Deborah, thank you so much for popping on in over on YouTube. Listen, shout out to my cousin coming in from New York, Roberto. Listen, we love it that you are here. Kim, Joe, everyone that is chiming in. If you are a small business owner, you own a small business, you are connected to a small business owner, you want to tell them, listen, you need to check this episode out. We are always grateful for those that are with us live. So we invite you to comment, but also those that are listening to the podcast version. You might even be listening from Amazon Music. We appreciate you. Go ahead and hit subscribe. And then certainly all of our YouTube viewers, I know you like this content. If you want to continue to hear this content and have an easy way to get a notification, go ahead and hit subscribe. All right, so let me go ahead and bring our guest on up to the mic again, Dr. A.J. Austin, certainly a coach, a grant coach, and she's the author of the best-selling book, #Finding Funding, The Grant Game, and Black Women in Grants, which all 3 serve as comprehensive guides for Black women entrepreneurs seeking non-traditional debt-free funding for their small businesses through grants and grant-funded opportunities like small business pitch competitions, contests, giveaways, subsidiaries, scholarships, partnerships, sponsorships, all of that. And certainly Dr. Austin's journey is marked by resilience after facing significant personal challenges, including dropping out of college, homelessness, career downsizing, the loss of her mother, coinciding with her divorce. She found her calling through life coaching and finding free funding to grow her business by telling her story. I know after hearing that, a lot of you are like, oh, I am absolutely in the right place today. Hey, Ayana, thank you for coming on in. Hey, Betty Jean, thank you for being here. Put your hands together. Coming up to the mic live on the Sharvette Mitchell radio show, Dr. A.J. Austin. Yay!
Hey, y'all.
Hey, we are excited to have you here. We are excited to chat with you and be connected with you. And so I'm going to jump right on in. And I'd love, Dr. AJ, to kind of, I just spilled, some of the beans there, clip note versions for people, and we'll dive more into that. But I'd love to, right off the top, to kind of explain what is a grant and, that is different from a loan or a line of credit for a small business owner.
Well, first, thank you for having me. Shouts out to everyone watching live. And of course, our replay viewers, we got to go shouts out. I'm also behind the scenes on my Black Women in Grants TikTok channel. So they know it's a girl. We in here.
Yay!
So they are regular followers. They know about grants, which is free money for your businesses to either start, sustain, or scale a business. You don't have to pay it back. It's not based on your credit like a loan. You don't have to have collateral. You don't need a co-signer. You don't have to give up a portion of your company, no interest. So again, it's free money and it's non-traditional in those senses that I just said. So you don't have to worry about trying to go to a bank and get funding because as we know, majority of minority-owned businesses, especially women-led founders, find it difficult to secure traditional funding. So we went around that, created our own little loophole and discovered this secret economy called grants. And that's what I help Black women with for-profit small businesses secure to start, sustain, and scale those businesses.
All right. Listen, I love it. Jumped right on in. I love it, love it, love it. And so you've secured certainly over $1 million in grants and grant funded opportunities. I'd love to hear like your very first grant win. What was that like?
Yeah, so I won my first grant during COVID. Y'all remember that, right? The good 2020 panoramic pandemic.
Yeah.
Everybody was in the house bored and bored in the house. And so one of my friends, we're nosy. So we're online looking at what's going on, online. That's all we had because everything was shut down. And she would send me information about growing our businesses and scales and marketing and classes we could take. And one day among all that information was a list of grants. It was this long Excel spreadsheet. And I went line by line because, again, we had the time. Yeah. And I read about grants and I was like, wait a minute. Now, I've personally secured over $1 million in my personal life from free housing, one of the cars I drive today, my college degree, you name it, I've won it in grants and what we call grant funded opportunities, which could be what you and I have exposure to now with Goldman Sachs, like a learning experience, a scholarship to take care of tuition for business training and development, small business pitch competitions, giveaways, all that stuff you said in the intro in my bio, right? Yes. And so I was familiar in the personal space, but here I was in the professional realm now, growing a business in the house. Everything is online. I clicked, I applied, and I won. It was a finance coaching couple. They were looking to give away $20,000. They were looking for 20 businesses to give $1,000 each to. And I was number 17. I was like, girl, I could have been number 20 and would have smiled just as hard. So that was my first business grant win. And once I started learning, like, oh my gosh, this is a thing. I sent 10% of that $1,000 to the lady who introduced me to it. And I took off from there. And here I am now having secured over 6 figures in funding and now teaching Black women with for-profit small businesses how to do it through leveraging mentorship and my books and digital products, etc. So
and the rest is the future. And the rest is the future. Let me capture this question coming in from YouTube, and we're gonna deal with this. Are you a registered nonprofit? Because individuals are not able to secure grants unless they are licensed and registered as a nonprofit. You're in the right place because we want to enlighten you today. So let's jump right on in.
Let's take it. So that's a common myth and misunderstanding. Now, I, again, have secured the funding. So I'm proof, as well as the ladies that are in my mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. We have won over $315,160 in the last few months as Black for-profit small business owners. So the myth is you got to be nonprofit. Now, a nonprofit grant, completely different than a for-profit grant. Nonprofits deal with government grants, nonprofit grants, federal funding. We don't. We're good. We're safe. Our funding comes from 4 areas: foundations, corporations, organizations, and associations. So you name the Visas, the Targets, the Walmarts, the American Express, the Goldman Sachs, the Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Regions Bank, Office of, I can keep going because all of them have been the co-signer on all of my checks as a Black woman for-profit small business owner. So you don't need to be nonprofit. And another myth and misunderstanding is you don't need to hire a grant writer. I teach my mentees how to do this themselves so that they're not fleshing out money under the guise that someone can guarantee you this funding, because the funding is not guaranteed, even if you pay someone to apply on your behalf. So you'll have the scammers in your inbox.
Yeah.
Scammers ready to take your money. People guaranteeing you, promising you, saying, oh, you can pay me when you get the grant. That's unethical, by the way.
Absolutely.
And so here we are in the for-profit space, winning the same funding as grants. And I've known this since, as a for-profits. And so I've known this since my nonprofit days. But that's another story. That's in the book. So you got to get a copy of the book.
Listen, great segue, because your books, like hashtag funding, the grant game, are powerful resources. Okay. So can you walk us through like what GAME stands for? Because it's an acronym.
Yes. So my mentorship is called The Grant Game. All the information is over at blackwomeningrants.com. And it's a game of money. It's like a Monopoly game. You got to have a strategy. How am I going to win this? How do I make my next move? I'm overwhelmed. It looks like a lot of information. Can I do this on my own? Is this legit? Is it legal? Is it a scam? Do people really win this? Like, these are all the questions going in your head. If you've never applied for a grant, and especially if you've applied, we call it tried, applied, and been denied. If you've done those three, you ain't won yet. Or you've won and it's been a minute. If you ain't won since the panorama, you need to come on and learn, because we got the grant game, and GAME stands for Grant Application Mentorship for Entrepreneurs, specifically Black women with for-profit small businesses. We're over there, we're winning, and I'm happy to talk about some of our winners, because it's not just me, which is what I love about it all.
Listen, let's show the receipts. Let's talk about the receipts. So I would love to hear about some of your recent wins or in those of your clients.
Let's talk about it. And I have too many to name, so I'm gonna go with the first that pop in my head, right? So our most recent winner, her name is Brittany. She has a company up in Virginia called The Honeycomb, and it's a commercial kitchen for street vendors. You know, the candy ladies that sell out of their house, or they cooking and prepping plates, and it ain't sanitary. They ain't went through no class and certification. She has that safe space. But she met me on TikTok. We have a channel called Black Women in Grants on TikTok. Check us out. It's 84,000 of them hit there. So y'all come join us. We're growing every day. God is good, won't he?
Yes,
do it?
yes.
They're on our live stream here with us now. Some of
Hey,
our girls. And so we are the receipts. And so when Brittany found us, she said, Dr. AJ, I was broke. I didn't have a job, and I definitely didn't have money in investing in your mentorship. But all of a sudden, some kind of way now, as a Black woman, when we want something, we make it happen. So money just magically appeared in her bank account one day. And she invested in herself like she promised herself that she would. Yeah. So she joined us in the Grant Game Mentorship. And I said, give me 90 days, Brittany, and I got you. Wow. And 90 days to the T, which was 2 weeks ago, Brittany just won her first small business pitch competition for $15,000. Come on, Brittany! Go from broke to like, baby, the bank account is bank accounting, okay?
Listen.
You can see her pictures on our website over at blackwomeningrants.com. Among others, we have our top winner, Raven Duvernay, who's a Black woman farmer, won over $100,000 to help keep her legacy going as a homesteader. Black woman, for profit, receipts. I mean, I can keep going, but this show.
Listen, I'm loving this because Dr. AJ, what is the internet? There's good and bad, right? The good part is anybody can be on and anybody can do it. The bad part is anybody can be on and anybody can do it. And so I'd love to share and for people to share receipts. And listen, we've got your bio on Sharvette.com. If you're like, oh, what's the link? What's all that? Sharvette.com. All the links are there. Look down in the show notes. All the links are there. Thank you for the hearts. We see the hearts coming on in. Pastor Kathleen from Washington. She said, awesome. Congratulations. All the things coming on in there. And so, I want to make sure people know how to buy the books. So where can they purchase your books?
Yeah, so the books are a part of my mentorship program. You can't do one without the other. You need both. Now, let me tell you, my books produce results. So if you want to be one of the proof in the pudding type receipts that we talk about on our next podcast episodes, come on, girl, we got you. We have over 618 ladies at the time of today's chat that's in the mentorship. Most of them came from TikTok. Okay, so y'all come join us. Even if you're not a TikToker, come on. Right. You can do it too for a check. But anyway, the books are in the mentorship. I don't sell one without the other, but the last 3 people that have read one of my books called Finding Funding, more than once, they read it 3 times each, they've won the most money. So there's Deanna Joy. She's a nonprofit grant writer. So her clients are nonprofits. Her
Uh-huh.
business is for profit, and she's winning money for both of them. So she's won $86,000 just from reading my book 3 times. I'm getting tongue tied. I get excited, girl.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
3 times she read it, $86,000 for herself and her clients, and she's also been selected as a finalist in $1 million grant funded opportunity. So that's how you get the book.
Okay, so then we got to know how to get in the membership. Now, how do they get in the membership?
Yes, you go to blackwomeningrants.com. There are 2 options. One is our mentorship. It is the grant game. That's that game, GAME, grant application mentorship for entrepreneurs. It is $147 today. Now, you're watching this in the future. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway,
today's price.
It is one, right. It is one payment, year-long access, $147 to come join me for a full year.
That's
and
easy,
you get,
yes, y'all.
Ain't that easy? We got Klarna, we got Afterpay, we got Affirm if you need help on that, because I know some people got to wait on payday and taxes. Girl, we got you today. Come on. It is a scholarship price. So I win grants and it allows me to give back. That's called social impact. Yes. That's our secret to winning grants, by giving back. And so I give back. Regular investment for my program is $997. So grants that I win allow me to keep giving back. And we do that in the form of the scholarship pricing of the $147. That's if you're an independent study person. You can go out on your own and learn at your leisure. The mentorship is for you. Now, if you want me and all this energy and my brain on your grant application, select option 2 and come join us every first and last Tuesday of every month. For the rest of this year until who knows, God does. But that's our membership. That's also $147, but it's $147 every month. And regular investment is $600 an hour to coach with me. So that just shows you the blessing in the scholarship. It is first come, first serve. Now, click the link. And if you're not on TikTok, don't worry. Just put that you saw this on the Sharvette Mitchell radio show where it asks for TikTok. And if you ain't see us on TikTok, just tell us you saw us on the podcast. And we got you with the scholarships on that first come, first serve basis.
Wonderful. I love giving out information like this. And so those that I heard the names we dropped, Chase and FedEx and, different ones, how do business owners even know about these types of corporate grant opportunities?
So we have affiliations with different programs. So I've been doing this, I told y'all, since 2020, with grants. I have another company I run, but this is the fun side of what I get to do. And so one program that I graduated, they send us a list of grants every single month. And then we do our own research and find grants. My ladies who are in the mentorship are so talented. We have a list called 13 secret places to find funding. And you deserve access to that funding because you've invested in yourself to get mentored through this process. So I ain't going to drop them on here. However, I'm going to tell y'all, one lady prepares our list of grants. She's funded by Bank of America's funding. We did an interview with her recently. That's in the mentorship. She's telling why she even wanted to help Black women secure funding. And it's over $1.2 million in funding on one list that I share that comes as a part of the mentorship. So that plus the 13 additional secret places. And then I teach you how to get grants to come to you in your inbox via email. They not on social media, y'all. If y'all getting messages on social media, even if they tell you they know me, it's somebody in Nigeria somewhere about to get your money. Okay, that's a scammer. So be careful. And we talk about that in mentorship. So come join us. I got
there you go. So just make it easy for yourself. Someone who has already curated this, then that's what you wanna do. And so for the person that's listening saying, I feel overwhelmed or I feel unsure about where to start, like what's the first thing they should do when they finish listening to this interview?
So I'm gonna give you 3 things that I always share with our TikTok livers. We call it the grant application strategy, or GAS. Y'all put that in the chat, GAS. You know how you need a little gas in it? I know what's wrong with it. You know, TikTok, you know what that means. But anyway, GAS means your grant application strategy, where you first start with, what do I need a grant for? Y'all put that in the chat. What do you need a grant for? Because most people haven't thought about it. They just hear free money. They just hear, let me submit an application. They do what we call spraying and praying, where you just randomly applying the stuff. Let me see if I can get it real quick. Right. Like, let me get fingers, eyes, and toes crossed that I get it. Child, they're applying for the wrong grants. So first you got to start out with, what do I need a grant for? Then you ask yourself, how much do I need? Y'all put that in the chat. If I were to write you a check today saying this is from a grant, how much would you want to be on that check? And what T.I. say, you can have whatever you like. You could put any number on that check. So
Wow.
don't think small. You got to think big. Okay.
Yeah.
So write that number in the chat, because this is you starting on your grant application strategy. This is what's going to help you stand out among the hundreds, maybe even thousands of people that are applying for this same funding. And then finally, who you bringing with you? Meaning, who are you going to use some of that funding to give back to? So we take about 5 to 10%. Y'all heard me say I did that with the very first grant I won. I sowed a seed. I paid a tithe, if you will, gave a tip. Yes. However you want to work that. But you put a little seed in the ground, bless somebody else. So think about your customers, your clients, your community, charities, churches, the person or the people or group of people that you said, one day when I can, I would love to bless this organization. And that's who you give 5 to 10% of those winnings with or to. And you tell the grant that that's what you're going to do as well, because now it is a win for everybody. So you're winning as the grant winner. The grant is winning because they're giving you funding. And then whoever you're choosing to help is winning as well. But everybody's looking good together, because the grant is like, wait a minute. So not only is she a part of our ecosystem of the giving, because you're somebody's social impact as Black women. And now you're coming in with your own social impact. That's the literal key, the secret to winning your first or next grant. Talking about what you do in your business, talking about why you need a grant, how much you need, that's called your grant goal or your budget, and then knowing who you're bringing with you. I gave y'all a little bonus, but we dive deeper into that in the mentorship over at blackwomenandgrants.com, because you need help pulling out what your social initiative is. And I can give y'all some examples of what that looks like from some of our recent grant winners if you want to talk about that as well.
Listen, let's jump in. And that last few seconds right there, y'all, those that tuned in, the secrets to winning small business grants. That's the title of this episode. She just said it. Like, if you don't hear anything else, she just said it. Rewind back when you finish. Rewind back a minute. And that was the secret right there. I heard it. I heard it when she dropped it. Carolyn, let me thank you for being here, Ms. Blake. Who am I carrying with me? Yeah, who am I carrying with me? And listen, Pastor Kathleen, she said, I need 500,000, create a strategy, scholarship. She wants to put a seed in the ground. Yes. And let me capture this. Hey, Megan, I see you here. What do you want the grant for? How much do you? So thank you, Karen. I see you kind of doing. Thank you. Hey, Megan, we see you here as well. And Ayana, thank you so much for being here. I'd like to help educators, divorced women build their financial portfolio. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. We see you all throwing some comments in here. And let me capture this. A BSM Media Group. We heard it. You pay your tithe first, give 10% to God, and then sow a seed to help someone else. Love it. And I also want to just reiterate too, depending on the type of grant you are getting, not only is it the part of you are going to sow into someone, you might need to hire some people to help you do, depending on the amount and what you're doing. You can use some of the grant funding for some partners, community partners, to help you do some of the things you want to do.
Absolutely. It's an option if you would like it to be, but you want to make sure that you got that factored into that budget. Because you don't want to just be randomly, selecting stuff and saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And then you realize, girl, I can't do none of that. Right. So you don't want to waste time. You don't want to waste funds trying to do too much at once. That's why I say sit and think through. What do you need the funding for? Because that's going to be a part of what you're explaining to the grant as well. Yeah. Like they need to know who you're bringing with you. So throw them in that part with who you're bringing with you. Add that, whatever their title is going to be, how much you're going to pay them of that grant funding. And for example, who you are bringing with you doesn't have to necessarily be a staff member. It could also be like Tanika Sands Hendricks. She is a swim instructor in New York, she's helping little Black and brown kids learn how to swim, drowning prevention. And so her give back, her social impact, who she's bringing with her, is she factors in, there are kids that she's taught to swim all the way from their infancy. And now they're teenagers and they want to come back and help and volunteer. So the grants that she wins as a Black woman, for-profit, small business owner, is for her social initiative or social impact called Lane Leader. It's the Lane Leader Initiative. It ties in with her brand as a swim coach. And she helps those kids who want to become certified lifeguards, certified swim instructors. That's where her funding goes. So you can bring others with you by training them. Now you're stimulating the economy. You're creating jobs in your community. And that looks phenomenal for the grant that is giving away the funding. So that's who she's bringing with her.
All right. Great example here. And I am Stacey Thomas. I need a grant to assist in producing my ALS film in honor of my mom to educate the African-American family. Thank you for being here. Yes, my mom. This is my mom.
She's hey, like, Mom, how are you? I love it.
Listen, I want to let people know. We have given the email. We've given the website. I want to just reiterate that they can purchase books, they can get into your membership. So one more time, all the ways that the visitors and viewers and listeners can work with you.
www.blackwomeningrants.com. That's blackwomeningrants.com. There is our self-study mentorship, one-time payment, year-long access. There is the membership every month, twice a month, me, you, and a group of other mentees going through the program. One by one, line by line, making sure you're applying for grants, making sure you're doing your homework, and making sure you're getting your questions answered so you don't feel like you have to go through this yourself, but mostly giving you confidence that you can do this. And we want to be there with you when you win. So the last time I did this, we had about $15,000 worth of winners within a 90-day time frame from people winning scholarships to help them build their business financials, legal packages to help them get started with their articles of incorporation, their taxes, their intellectual property, trademark, stuff that we don't think about until the payment comes due, right? And so there's funding for anything you can think of, regardless of what type of business you have. And so our membership and our mentorship is designed to help you. So those two options, take your time, go through the site, be nosy. I just revamped my site. It's cute. So go through it and read what's on there and select which option will work best for you. You know, if you're an independent studier, you like to watch videos and read books on your own at your own time. Or if you need somebody to hold your hand and what they say, kick you in the pants. I've been called the purpose pusher. Somebody called me Mike Tyson of grants the other day. I was like, why y'all got me beating up on people? But if that's what it takes for me to get you this funding, girl, let's go. I got you.
Let's go. Let's roll. Let's roll. I love it. I love it. And I love that you have, structure process. This is an easy yes. And people don't have to kind of fiddle around to figure things out. You've already figured it out, and you have some receipts to show. And we love your energy, absolutely, Dr. AJ Austin here. Now, how can people follow you on TikTok?
We're at Black Women in Grants. Black Women in Grants, all one word, all lower cases. If you see numbers and spaces and funny symbols, that's the scam account. They come and take our stuff and try to be us, but girl, you can't duplicate this anointing. So we ain't worried about that. So check the numbers. It's 84,000 plus as of today. And come follow us. And again, if you're not a TikToker, we gonna make you one, baby. Come on, because you get to interact with me there live as well, and that don't cost you nothing. So if you want the money, you'll make a way to get over there.
You'll make a way. And shout out to those that are watching us live on Instagram as well. So Black Women in Grants 101 on Instagram. We've tagged in our posts. We've tagged in our stories as well. And Dr. AJ Austin on Facebook, we've tagged, and also LinkedIn, we have tagged there. All right, it is a wrap. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's been just a great pleasure to hear from you, to learn from you, and all of the energy that you bring to the stage. Last question for you. The goal of this show is to motivate, excite, and influence. We want to know what continues to motivate Dr. AJ Austin.
I love that Black women don't have to sit and wait on anyone else. There is funding available for our businesses. We don't have to beg for it, y'all. We don't have to get on mama them nerves because they ain't supporting our little business. There is money available for us. You're looking at two women who are proof of that right now. Companies willing to sow seeds into your vision that God has given you to help whoever you've been called to help. So who you bringing with you? So what motivates me is to see these Black women winning funding that they didn't know existed before they met me. We call it revenue and resources, and I'm helping them get there. So y'all come on now.
All right, come on now. Job well done. Thank you, Dr. AJ. It's been great featuring you. And we're going to keep our eye on you. And I'll see you in New York in June.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Sister Scholar.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. This has been amazing. Again, wherever you are watching, just look down below in the show notes. Best place to go is Sharvette.com, our main website. We have a full blog post about Dr. AJ, her bio, links to everything. Certainly, those of you that are watching online, if you're on YouTube, look down below in the show notes. If you're listening to the podcast, look down below in the show notes. Thank you, SM Media said, great show, ladies. Thank you so much. I am Stacey Thomas. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Shout out to everyone that's here. It's a wrap. We're going to see you all later on the web. We thank you so much for being here, and go ahead and share this out. This is a great episode to say, hey, you need to go check this out. All right. It's a wrap. We'll see you all later. Bye.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Catch Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.